Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. We love to get our hands dirty with the latest in AI, and today we're diving headfirst into SoFi Technologies, Inc.
That's right. And for those unfamiliar, SoFi is a company that's really trying to make waves in finance with AI.
Yeah, and you've been specifically looking into whether SoFi is a company worth maybe investing in, given this whole AI boom that's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Is this company genuinely using AI, or are they just trying to ride the hype wave? We're going to figure that out today.
Let's unpack that then.
Yeah, let's get started.
I think what's really fascinating about SoFi is that they started off by tackling a very specific problem, and that was helping Stanford students refinance their loans.
Yeah, and even back then, their approach was very data-driven, which kind of hints at their larger ambitions.
Totally. And those ambitions have led them to evolve from just being the student loan provider into a fully fledged U.S. bank.
A fully fledged bank with a whole suite of financial products.
Exactly. Lending, savings, investing, pretty much the whole shebang.
Yeah, they've meticulously built out this entire financial ecosystem.
And they've attracted a pretty impressive user base along the way, too.
Oh, yeah, over 9 million members.
Get this, over 160 million technology platform accounts.
Yeah, this is all according to their Q3 2024 report.
So that kind of reach, coupled with their strategic acquisitions.
Galileo, for example.
Yeah, the digital payments platform.
And then there's Technisys.
Oh, yeah, the cloud-based banking system provider.
That's right. This paints a very different picture than your average fintech startup.
So let's talk a little bit about those acquisitions then. It seems like getting Galileo in 2020 was just the first step in a much larger AI play.
Oh, for sure. The Technisys acquisition in 2023 is really where things start to get interesting because that's what provided SoFi with a seriously robust cloud-based banking system.
Okay.
And that essentially lays the groundwork for them to really integrate AI deeply across all of their different services.
So they're not just applying AI as a surface level feature. They're actually building a foundation.
They're building a foundation to become a major player in this whole world of AI-powered finance.
Okay, so that's a pretty bold move. Let's really shift gears a little bit and talk about how this ambitious AI strategy is reflected in their financials.
Sure.
Their revenue growth has been pretty remarkable, right?
Yeah.
Going from under $1 billion in 2021 to over $2 billion in 2023.
Yeah, and while they've been historically operating at a net loss, I think their path to profitability is becoming a lot clearer, especially after securing their bank charter.
Because that allows them to access cheaper funding and really improve their efficiency.
Exactly.
Now, their stock price is currently sitting at around $15.94. But it's had quite a ride this past year, swinging between $6.01 and $16.61.
Yeah, there's definitely some volatility there.
A lot of volatility.
And that volatility is probably tied to the market, trying to figure out what is their long-term potential really going to look like. Their market cap is around $16.59 billion, and they have a pretty high PE ratio at 135.4.
So a high PE ratio like that usually means that investors are banking on some serious future growth. But what's interesting is that the current analyst consensus is a hold rating. Although some analysts are bullish with price targets as high as $19.
That caution from analysts is likely due to a few different factors.
Okay, like what?
For one thing, SoFi is operating in a very tricky environment right now. Interest rates are going up, there's fierce competition, and there's the big question of whether their rapid growth can really be sustained over the long term.
So it's a bit of a tightrope walk for sure. Let's get into some specifics now about how SoFi is actually using AI. We know they're already applying it to risk assessment and underwriting.
And that's leading to better loan pricing and hopefully fewer defaults.
Exactly.
And after that whole incident in 2024 with the fraudulent withdrawals, they've really been doubling down on AI-powered security and fraud detection.
Which is crucial.
Oh, yeah. It's become absolutely crucial for building and maintaining that customer trust.
Yeah, especially in this digital finance world.
Exactly.
And speaking of building trust, their approach to personalizing the user experience is another really interesting application of AI.
Yeah, they're using these recommendation engines
Okay.
to suggest financial products based on your individual needs.
So it's a move away from those really generic, one-size-fits-all financial solutions.
Exactly. And it's not just limited to recommendations. They're also using AI-powered chatbots and virtual assistants to make customer support way more efficient and personalized.
Yeah, it's really fascinating to see how SoFi is weaving AI into every part of their business model.
Yeah, they're not just chasing trends here.
No, they're trying to actually shape the future of finance through technology.
It really does seem like they're strategically positioning themselves for success in a world where AI is only going to play a bigger role in finance.
So let's maybe zoom in a little bit and see how they're actually accomplishing this.
Okay, so one of their core strategies is really focusing on building this super robust technology platform.
Okay.
And their acquisitions of Galileo and Technisys, those were really critical steps in making that happen.
So they're essentially building this AI-powered engine
Right.
that can power other financial institutions too.
Exactly. FI isn't just a bank, they're also a technology provider.
Interesting.
Their technology platform segment actually allows them to offer these AI-powered solutions to other banks and fintech companies.
That's pretty clever. They're benefiting from AI internally,
Right.
and then they're turning around and selling that AI-powered technology to others.
Exactly.
Another revenue stream.
Exactly. And that technology platform is already proving to be a pretty significant revenue driver for them. It's showing some serious growth. They're actually developing and refining AI models that are specifically designed to address the unique needs of banks, lenders, investors.
And it seems like their strategy is paying off, at least when we look at their recent performance. SoFi has consistently delivered some impressive revenue growth.
Yeah, and their revenue has been going up, consistently reaching over $1.5 billion in 2022. Their trajectory looks pretty promising. But the question is, can they sustain this growth? And can they achieve profitability?
That is the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what did their financials tell us about their path to profitability?
In Q3 of 2024, they achieved a really remarkable year-over-year revenue growth, roughly around 30%.
Wow.
Which is a very positive sign.
And what's driving this growth? Is it diversified? Or are they really reliant on one specific segment?
It seems pretty multifaceted. First of all, their lending business continues to do quite well. They've been really successful at leveraging that bank charter we talked about to operate more efficiently and lower their funding costs.
They've also been really aggressive in attracting deposits.
Yes.
Offering those competitive rates on savings accounts.
Yep.
That seems like a really smart move to build a more stable base for their funding.
Definitely. And it seems to be working. That deposit base has been growing significantly in recent quarters.
Okay, so that's encouraging. It shows they're not solely reliant on lending for revenue.
Right.
But we can't forget about their technology platform segment either. How is that contributing to their overall revenue growth?
Their technology platform revenue is mostly generated through platform fees and those associated services. Right. And what makes that really attractive from an investor's perspective is that it provides like a recurring revenue stream, but adds a layer of predictability to their earnings.
That's a good point. They've got a pretty diversified revenue mix.
It seems that way.
Growth across multiple business segments.
Right.
But of course, achieving that sustained profitability remains really crucial for their long-term success.
For sure.
So what are analysts projecting in that regard?
They're forecasting earnings per share, or EPS, of 4 cents for Q4 2024. And that would be a significant improvement compared to earlier quarters. It could be a signal that they're getting closer to that consistent profitability.
Okay, that is a positive sign. However, their stock price has been pretty volatile, even dipping after they exceeded earnings estimates in Q3.
Yeah.
So this volatility suggests that there's excitement about their potential, but there's still some uncertainty lingering in the market.
Yeah. Investors are definitely keeping an eye on their performance and looking for that concrete evidence that they are on the path to sustained profitability.
As we look ahead, what should investors be watching for in the coming quarters?
Okay, first and foremost, their earnings reports, of course.
Yeah.
Can they consistently improve their profitability and eventually reach that milestone of earnings?
Yeah, that's a big one. What about their loan portfolio? With all the economic uncertainty out there, can they maintain strong credit quality and keep those default rates low?
Yeah, that's definitely something to watch. In theory, their AI-driven risk assessment system should help them navigate this. But given the current economic climate, it's something that definitely warrants close attention.
And another thing to watch is customer growth and engagement.
Yes.
Can SoFi attract new customers and keep their existing ones happy and engaged with their platform?
Oh yeah, customer metrics are super important in the world of fintech. If they can demonstrate a growing user base that's actively using their platform and adopting multiple products, that's going to be key to building confidence in their long-term prospects.
Okay, so we've got earnings, loan performance, and customer metrics to watch closely.
Yeah. I'd say keep an eye on their technology platform segment too. Yeah, how quickly is it growing? Can they attract new partners and expand their reach within the financial industry?
So what are some of the competitive threats that they need to be thinking about?
One of the biggest threats is coming from traditional banks.
Like,
They're finally waking up to this whole fintech disruption thing.
makes sense.
And they're investing a lot in their own digital transformation initiatives.
And they've got some advantages. They've got scale,
Yeah.
they've got brand recognition, they've got those existing customer relationships. So SoFi really needs to figure out how to compete against these well-established players.
Yeah, for sure. And then there's the constant influx of new fintech startup. It's relatively easy to get into the fintech space, so there are always new players popping up. A lot of them have innovative ideas and aggressive growth strategies.
SoFi can't afford to get complacent. And with that, we're going to wrap up our deep dive into SoFi Technologies, Inc.
We hope you found this exploration helpful.